Today, we're diving into the time-travelling ballpit that is the FNAF Reddit. More specifically, we're looking at the theories. Now, before we get into the video, I do want to say sorry for the glare on my face cam. That is going to be fixed soon. But let's just get into the video. What do you think of the Afton family Horcruxes? This is FNAF, not Harry Potter. I repeat, this is not Harry Potter. There are no Horcruxes in FNAF. Why are people so convinced that Andrew exists in the games? Is there anything in the games other than Jan Dia Toychica saying that he could exist in that universe? Andrew is a character who physically exists in the books and serves the same purpose as the vengeful spirit in the games. It's not that people are just convinced he's in the games, and being in the game is actually a very reasonable assumption just by looking at the stories. However, his existence is thrown into question. The original and also reasonable assumption that what we thought was Cassidy is actually Andrew. Really, the problem is that Andrew has no established backstory in either the books where he actually appears in, nor the games where he's believed to exist. He's not just another MCI kid. Neither the books nor games explain why there's an additional never before seen child beyond maybe weird abstract anime meme cutscenes. And if he was killed in another incident like Full Fest, Midnight Murders, or Nightmare Bunker, then the story fails to properly establish that. Okay, so I don't know how other people in the community view this, but for me personally, I've always viewed Andrew as a parallel and not a one-to-one nor a replacement for Cassidy. Yes, we do see a I'm just going to assume that people know who Andrew is. I'm just assuming that everyone knows who Andrew is. Andrew is, like it says there, he is a kid that William Afton is killed. It does pretty much explicitly says it doesn't explicitly say directly when we first see him, but it says that the guy that Andrew was haunting murdered him, and it's later revealed that guy was Afton. It explicitly says it without literally going, Andrew was murdered by William Afton. And it's kind of one of these things that is signified through some of the stories is that he does wear a crocodile mask, which lines up with, in the Happiest Day minigame, we do see a kid wearing a crocodile mask, and as far as I know, that's about all the correlation we have for Andrew being in the games. There isn't much else to go off. So I've always for me, I've just always thought of Andrew being a parallel to Cassidy. Hate using toys as evidence, but repost because of miscommunication. Oh no, the worst thing online, miscommunication. My biggest fear. Okay, let's see what you have to say. Hate using toys as evidence, but ... This is evidence saying that Vanessa is human, not the other way around. I'm guessing that's what the miscommunication was. I found it funny how they excluded Gregory from this set because of the theories of him being a robot. Lol. This seems to provide evidence the Vanny Vanessa thing, but more interestingly seems to confirm that Vanessa is a human. Obviously take this with a grain of salt, but I just find it interesting. Gregory barely got any merch before security breach. He only got the action figure whilst Vanessa appeared. Everyone else appeared. I'm going to assume he meant everywhere. In the teaser on Scott Games OG post of her running without the hat, calendar, the calendar, colouring book. There was a calendar? Why did no one tell me there was a calendar? I would have bought it! If I know there was a FNAF calendar, I would have bought it. That would have been epic for 2021. They really gave me feelings that she's going to be the playable character. I wish there was a fan game with the feelings of the early days of bullshit. Do you mean security breach? I'm gonna assume you mean security breach and not bullshit. Because this can mean very different things. Nesta is the main character. Valley is the killer who appeared in most of the game with a knife. Still find it so funny and annoyed they replaced the knife with a freaking pizza cutter. Okay, I can definitely comment with certainty on this, or more certainty than I can on the law. Realistically, Funko is aiming at kids, or were. They don't have the licensing anymore, for good reason. You've got to remember is these little things, the snaps, I think they were called. Yeah, the Funko snaps. I did do a review on one of the sets. Before I got that set, there was a few figures I looked at and was like, oh, they look really cool. I then bought the what set was it? I think I actually got rid of the set. It was that bad. It was the worst £25 I've ever spent. What was it? Oh yeah, it was the back room of FNAF 1, parts and service. And it's very, when you actually have it and you see it in person, hell, even when you see it online, it's very obviously aimed at kids. Funko is aiming the toys at kids. That's why it's a piece of colour instead of a knife. Realistically, I mean, the fact that like it's a horror character, like Valley's whole thing. I mean, Valley's main characteristic is knife. Realistically, there is not a great deal of confirmed character with Valley. There's not a lot of confirmed characters with a lot of the characters. But whilst I agree, it would have been better with a knife. Funko is catering for kids. That's why they're doing a pizza cutter instead of a knife. They can't get away with doing a knife. I'm pretty sure Dorco and the Hex team had the same issue with, I think it's a spring trap. It was either spring trap or spring volley. I think it might have been spring volley now, it comes to think of it. Going back to the main theory, I think whilst I'm not adverse to using merchandise as like a, hey, this is upcoming merchandise, this could give us an insight on what the direction of this new game could be about. Fine, I'm completely all for that. I used that when Funko released their security breach stuff long before we were meant to have any news on security breach. I don't even remember if security breach had a name at that point. And Scott was livid. Ooh. The Toy Chica the high school years. Sorry, I'm not very good with this anagram. Before today, I had not seen that anagram before. Is that how you say it? Anagram initials? Whatever the fuck you want to call it. Toy Chica the high school years shows Chica taking and murdering 5 crushes and stuffing them into a bag that already had a crush in it. Symbolic of Charlie having already died and coming out of drink, but through different means. I do like that. Then we see her kill a 7th victim, even though she doesn't even like him like the others, showing she's just doing it for fun now. She is then seen being the most violent with him, giving the 7th victim the most reason to be angry. Toy Chica high school years even ends with Chica sitting on a hill, where we see the graves of Afton's core 6 murders. Furthermore, showing that Toy Chica the high school years is specifically showing Afton's murders, making it pretty clear that Toy Chica the high school years was implying a 7th and more angry victim of Afton. When we play as Cassidy during Ultimate Custom Night, Old Man Consequences tell her to leave the demon to his demons. The demon is William, the demons are the memories of Afton's part. Cassidy doesn't want to torment Afton, so she rests. That's one ending, that's not the only ending. You can also drown yourself. That's also an ending. Both in FNAF World and in Ultimate Custom Night. Just in Custom Night, it crashes the game, and FNAF World, you actually get an ending. You get the you get the figure, and there's like two people, and like there's the whole thing of it could either be an angel or it could be presumably a parent and their two kids. So not necessarily. Also, not outright said that this is Cassidy. This is symbolised by the exact opposite of FNAF 3's trailer shot, signifying Springtrap refuses to move on instead of the music intensifying as it zooms in. God of Freddy slowly fades into the nothingness of dull music. She is finally freed. Okay, let's go through this. Okay, so Andrew can't be vengeful spirit because he was never truly hinted at before Ultimate Custom. Oh, okay, so FNAF 4 shove an entire major lore character last second about Ultimate Custom that can't. I agree with that. Whether it's the last second during development, I have no idea. But yeah, I do agree. If we can't pick and choose, I personally don't think Andrew is vengeful spirit, but I don't think there's that logic of thinking would not debunk him being it. This I agree with. I am 100% for this, with the exception of, and before anyone says anything, yes, Ultimate Cousin alludes to Andrew, alluding to a seventh person being murdered. Yes, Andrew. Not necessarily. I don't think it really alludes to any one individual person. That reasoning of them being possibly more angry, yeah, I mean, I can kind of understand that logic. Yes, I pretty much agree with that. And Cassie is definitely not vengeful. Okay, the whole the whole gender thing. I mean, the gender more kind of refers to Golden Freddy. Fredbear is a male animatronic. And just like the puppet, whilst I prefer to think of the puppet as being a they-them. my little headcanon, the puppet is a they-them. And was the very first character within the Fazbear universe, the very first fictional character to be LGBTQ+. Yeah, with the gender thing, yeah, the puppet is referred to as a he/him, but we're pretty confident. In fact, we're more confident on the puppet's identity than we are on Vengeful Spirit's identity, okay? And on Golden Freddy's identity. And we're pretty sure, and we feel pretty confident in saying the puppet is possessed by female spirits, right? But the puppet, the animatronic, not the spirit, the animatronic, is a he/him. Despite of me really wanting the puppet to be non-binary and going by they/them pronouns, I'm still fighting for it. I will never give this up. But by that same rules, just because the vengeful spirit, who we are presuming is possessing Golden Freddy, or one of the spirits possessing Golden Freddy, Golden Freddy being Fredbear, being a animatronic that would be referred to as a he/him, the spirit doesn't have to then be a he/him. It can be a she. I'm not saying Cassie is definitely the vengeful spirit, but I would say, I don't know, there's not really any arguments for Cassie definitely being the vengeful spirit, but there's also none saying that she's not. I mean, the only argument that off the top of my head, the only argument I can make for her being or not being is just kind of, she's the only real character that is shown within Ultimate Custom, other than William Afton and Old Man Consequences. She's the only character that's shown outside of just being a manipulation of the vengeful spirit. Therefore, could she be it? Who knows? But I would say this argument is very weak for her to not be vengeful spirit. Then we play as Cassie during Ultimate Customite and stuff. Yeah. No, because there's two endings. There's two endings, so we don't know really which one it is. I've never really made the connection. It's a very good connection. They're both Supreme Look animatronics, and presumably some of the earlier animatronics. And I mean, obviously they're kind of the iconic duo, Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. The iconic duo are Batman and Robin, are Captain America and Bucky, are Mario and Luigi. Insert other iconic duo. I can't be asked to just name every single one. So I do like that there is that kind of connection. Like they're both spring-like animatronics, twitching and fading, or like there's like some kind of fade. One being a fade in and one being a fade out. For me, I've always interpreted it as Golden Freddy is still there. Like we're fading out, and Golden Freddy is still there. Not Golden Freddy slowly fading away. We're kind of fading away. That's my interpretation. I have no idea what others' interpretations are. But we're going to leave it there for today, and I will see you in the next video. Consider liking, consider subscribing. Put some comment on your thoughts on FNAF. If there's anything that you want me to specifically look at, whether that's a theory that you have of your own, or a theory that you've seen on Reddit somewhere that you'd like me to have a look at, I'm sure I can find it probably. I mean, it would be much nicer if I had a link. But they don't need to be. I can always try and I can do some investigation, or more realistically, I can just go and go, I understand this theory. So let me know. But I think that is definitely it for today. So I will see you in the next video. Good bits for now.